Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Ashley.
Now, can you tell us about African Rainbow Minerals' 2.5 billion rand solar power plant under construction in the Northwest?
Yeah, this is very good news because when you're in platinum, you've got to be clean and green. And the platinum mines that are owned by the African Rainbow Minerals Group under Dr. Patrice Motsepe are serious about decarbonization. You know, they set a target last year to decarbonize. It was a moderate target of 4%, but they met it. And they say that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know, they will be doing a lot around renewable energy, solar power, wind power, and decarbonization. And I'm glad that they are leading in that respect, African Rainbow Minerals and Dr. Patrice Motsepe. And, you know, the African Rainbow Minerals Group has got a great policy. You know, when their CEOs serve and are due to retire, they keep those CEOs on because you can imagine the CEO's been there for some time. He's got such intellectual property. He knows so much about the business. Now, you don't just let him go off onto retirement. You keep him. In this case, he's in the executive chairman's office, which is Patrice Motsepe's office, and his name is Mike Schmidt, and he has been assigned with the task of decarbonization. And you can see they're really going to do things in that area, and South Africa needs to be aware of this. They are members of the International Council of Mining and Metals, which helps to guide the whole global mining industry as to how they should deal with these big issues. And I think taking it as seriously as this will mean other companies in South Africa will also realize you've got to do this. You know, climate change is real. Let's do something. And also from a business point of view, if you are not using clean, green energy, the products that you produce are going to face penalties. When they go into Europe, when they go into other markets, they're going to say, this was made with coal-fired power. Therefore, we cannot allow you to come across our border without paying a high tariff. So it's good that these moves are being made seriously.
Now, tell us about local company GoldOre's microbubble technology, which is being used in mining, but mostly out of South Africa.
You know, it's incredible how conservative the South African mining industry is. So you get GoldOre coming forward with what I would compare with a turbocharger in a car engine. So you come along and you've got your car and it's going along there, but if you put a turbo on, it's going to perform much better. And so GoldOre comes along to the South African industry, and in the flotation process and the metallurgical process, they say, Adrian Singh says, well, look, we can retrofit this Mach reactor and it will give you greater recovery. It will cut down on your maintenance, but it's so hard to get through to this industry. So of the 15 companies that he's managed to sell to, only one is in South Africa. So, you know, he's selling outside the country. And this is what we find South Africans with innovative ideas. They end up selling, everyone else recognizes the profit outside the country. But inside, it's so difficult because of the way the South African mining industry has been set up. You know, they keep doing the proven things and they won't move. And even if you come along and say, you know, we can retrofit this to your flotation, you're going to get more gold out of here, you're going to get more platinum out of here, and therefore you're going to be exporting more gold, you're going to be exporting more platinum. Therefore, South Africa is going to be getting greater revenue from its metals and minerals. Therefore, the rand won't weaken to the extent that it is. And there'll be more taxes going in. So I think, you know, we need to highlight the fact that if there's something that can improve outputs, it's in the national interest. You know, mines can't just carry on doing what they're doing, because if you look at the ultimate situation here, in terms of the law, what is in the ground belongs to all South Africans. And mining companies are contracted since 1994 to take that out. They have a license period. And if they're not doing their best for the country, it must be highlighted that they should be. And to use a proudly South African technology, why not? So, we're going to keep highlighting this, that they should be looking at it, or tell us why they don't want it. Some of them that you approach now, they say, no, it's still at lab level. It's not at lab level. It's earning Mexican companies, Turkish companies, like millions of additional dollars a month, which it could be doing for us as well.
Now, will the Gautrain's empowerment partner, the Strategic Partners Group, continue its partnership beyond 2026 when the current concession ends?
This is fantastic. The Gautrain belongs to the Gauteng provincial government. They are the owners of that. But of course, 15 years ago when they got it going, they brought in foreign partners, and Bombardier is the big operator, which is a foreign company. But coming in there was strategic partners, the empowerment partner in there, Mzalisi Deliza. Now, we know him well from mining because he, at one stage, was the chief executive of the Chamber of Mines of South Africa. Of course, it's now Minerals Council South Africa. And, it seems that he's one of the last people standing. His company is one of the last standing within this Gauteng environment from the original number. Companies have withdrawn. And his company has got more and more involved, more and more entrenched in this Gautrain. So, as the empowerment partner, they had an initial percentage that has been built up now, but you find that they got the contract to do all the advertising, which has been fantastic. So the advertising at those stations, they are in charge of that. They get the revenue base from that. If you look at all the cleaning, they do all the cleaning. If you look at the kiosks, they run that. So they've got a big stake in it, and they want to really bid now. You're going to have to rebid. And they want to be in there rebidding. But their big ambition is that this becomes totally South African, that there's no more any foreign element within it, that the ownership is Gauteng, of course, but the operator becomes completely South African based. So they'll be bidding, they reallocate the winners of the contracts in 2026, and they're just letting everyone know they're going to be in there as a bidder, but they're looking at a big picture now of this being run 100% by South Africans.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. To subscribe to Creamer Media's Engineering News and Mining Weekly, please email subscriptions at creamermedia.co.za.